Hi everyone, Ferdi here from ROARRR Leadership. It's an absolute honor for me to spend some time with you today. I know you guys have been hard at work doing some academic development, but I believe that the time that we spend together could be very valuable as you embark on the next phase of your life. ROARRR has been working with the Junior Tukkie office for the last almost 10 years. And we have taken thousands upon thousands of young students through this particular program. And although we usually do this face-to-face, technology has given us the opportunity to still do this workshop with the JT students, even though we are very far from each other. I want to firstly start off by saying that we know where you are. You might be finding yourself at a crossroad, at that place in your life where you need to start making decisions. So that is why with this workshop we're going to be asking you a couple of questions that we know are valuable questions in order for you to reach that place that you are dreaming of. Maybe in this workshop you might even rethink the places that you want to go to. On the other hand, maybe you are very unsure of where you want to go to. And with this workshop we believe that it might give you a lot of clarity as to where you want to go and what you want to do. In saying that, we have got 3 objectives for this session. Number 1 is we want to ignite you. We want to start a little fire on the inside of you. Number 2 is we want to excite you. You know, we believe the future is bright and all of us need to become very excited about what is to come. Because the picture that we have of the future is one that all of us can play a part in. Number 3, we want to challenge your thinking. You know, I believe that the difference between good and great is not talent or anything like that. It is the way you think. And sometimes we need to change the way we think to get to that place of greatness that all of us are destined for. So I'm going to ask you a question and I want you to respond in a particular way. Please raise your hands in the air, both hands, and wave them around like you just don't care. Now, that's only a joke, but please raise your hands. Okay? I'm going to ask you a question and I want you to respond by saying confident yes. Can you do that? Great. So raise your hands. I know it's weird, I know you're sitting on the other side of a screen. Raise your hands in the air. Alright. Are you ready to be ignited? Are you ready to be excited? Are you ready to change your thinking? If you said yes to those 3 questions, that is exactly what you will take out of this 3-part series. So at ROARRR, we created a development model aimed to activate the individual and activate leadership. Our world needs great leaders. Our world needs you to be a great leader. And part of that development model is a program that we call I Am a Brand. Think about it quickly. You are a brand. I am a brand. All of us are individual brands. We are not just individual brands, but we are part of bigger brands. I am part of the Yinners brand. My surname is Yinners, so I'm part of the Yinners brand. You might be a Snyman, or a Mahlangu, or a Shabalala. You are part of a brand already. But as individuals, we are brands as well. So we need to know how to build a brand, not just develop a brand, but developing a successful brand. A brand that not only lasts, but a brand that truly makes a difference in this world that we live in. So we'll be discussing things like, what is the idea of a brand? What are the values of a brand? Can a brand have values? What actions needs to be taken to develop a successful brand? What is the character of a brand? And how does the future look for that particular brand? And we'll be taking you through a step-by-step process for you to answer all of those questions, that at the end of this workshop, you will not only have clarity about your brand, but will also have a basic plan of how to build a successful and significant brand that will impact not only South Africa, but the rest of the world. So am I already stirring your thinking? Wait for it, there's more. So for session 1 of this 3-part series, I want to ask you a couple of questions. These questions are introduction questions into the practical workshop that we will do in session 2 and session 3. I do want to ask you to register at the link provided and answer the 3 questions on the link. The first question is, do you know what you want to be in the future? I pose this question to everyone, everywhere I go. What is it that you see for the future? And most people are fairly likely to be able to tell you what they want to do in the future. I want to be a president, or I want to be a CEO of a business. Somehow, some way they have envisioned what they want to do in the future already. But is that the most important thing? The second question that I would like to ask you is, who do you want to be in the future? Remember in the first question I said, is what you want to do the most important thing? We believe that what you do is of great importance. But even more important than that is who you are. So take a moment and ask yourself, who do you want to be in the future? As a quick example, I always tell people that President Mandela is not remembered for what he did. He's remembered for who he was. Very few people actually know that he was a lawyer. But who he was is he was a man of integrity, a man of equality, a man who fought for the rights of others. And ultimately, we will be remembered not for what we do, but for who we are. So this workshop is not focused on eliminating the importance of what we do. What you do is the platform for you to be who you are. So we need to ask the questions in the right way. Myself and a friend had a conversation a while back, and we came to the conclusion that we do not find purpose in our careers. We have to find a career in our purpose, which means we need to ask the right question in the right order. So a lot of us would ask the question, what I want to do before who I want to be. And that is ultimately what this workshop is about. The third question I would like to ask you is, how do you make people feel? When you walk into a room, how do people respond to you? I'm not saying all of us should be extroverts. I'm not an extrovert at all. I'm actually an introvert. I would be the person who walks into the room, stands in the corner and just observe. Yes, I can talk to people. Yes, I like talking to people. But that is my natural way of doing things. So the question is, how do you think people feel when they are around you? The reason I ask you this question is because brands make people feel something. The reason why people continue to interact with brands is because the brand stirs a certain emotion in them, positive or negative. I remember as a student, myself and 2 lovely young ladies one day went to the butchery to buy meat for a braai. As we walk into the butchery, I remember some of the guys standing behind the counter made comments about the girls that I was with. I turned to the girls and I said to the girls, we are leaving. They couldn't understand. They said, but we're supposed to buy meat. And I said to them, I know we have to, but we'll do it at another place. And for the last 10 years, I haven't returned to that particular butchery. And there's a good reason for that. The butchery or the brand made me feel in a particular way. It made me feel disrespected. So it is important for us as brands to know that our brands make people feel a certain way. So this workshop that we will be completing in session 2 and session 3 will focus on the who you want to be and how you make people feel. Please make sure that you register on the link, answer the questions on the link, because as we progress through the 3 sessions, there will be things to complete. We will create a nice competition where you can win nice ROARRR caps, as well as a fantastic strength finder assessment that you can use to develop yourself and position yourself better in the future. Alright everyone, that concludes session 1. Please make sure that you register on the link, complete the 3 questions and join us for session 2. It is your time to roar.